My name is Salkis Re. I'm the founder, the creator of the Ugly Girls Club, where we refuse to be defined by how we look. I am a relationship expert, a spiritual advisor, a medicine woman, an artist, a writer, a poet, and a life coach. And today's video is about the Dark Goddess. It's about embodying a mode of thinking that doesn't require an audience participation for. It doesn't require outside approval. It doesn't require you to bend and compromise for anyone. It is purposeful, directly and solely to your benefit. That's what a dark goddess is. She does things for her benefit. And if anybody else benefits out of that, that's extra, not the goal. That's just extra. A dark goddess doesn't care about what you think. If you've hurt her, all bets are off. Fair and square is over with. And retribution is activated. Paying the fine and the penalty for wasting time, for lying, for misrepresenting yourself is also activated for a dark goddess. We don't forgive and we don't forget. We use experience as knowledge on how to deal with you. True dark goddesses do that. We don't run from people who mistreat us. We figure out how to pay them back, how to recoup our losses, because we understand there's good and bad in everyone. We don't deal in idealistic talk as dark goddesses. We don't sit around sipping herbal teas, contemplating why people do bad things. Because we understand what human nature is. And that if somebody can get something for nothing, they will. They will. So you have to be, as a black woman, really obsessed with self-interest. You really have to be comfortable with putting yourself first. Because so many of us are told that it's disingenuous, it's sinful, it's selfish to think of yourself only. And because we are at the bottom of the social pole, socioeconomic ladder, we're at the bottom. We're sold this even more than any other woman. That our best chance at equality or at being seen as valuable is in our morality, is in our ability to turn the other cheek and forgive people and heal them though they hate you. That's what we are told. Why is this? Because we are seen as women with the least amount of options. And if you don't have options as a human being, you better have virtue. You better have morality. Because that's the only thing of value that you could possess. Because that's the only thing of value anybody could want from you. Because you don't look the part of somebody who has choices. This is how we're indoctrinated. A woman with no options better be a good woman. She's expected to be compliant, complacent, compromising, selfless, no agenda, no expectations. This is what's expected of black women. And then you'll have other sisters saying, girl, just go outside the country and, get you a foreign guy. They like women like you in Africa and Europe and whatever places, right? They tell us to exile, go into exile. This is what other women direct us to do. Go in exile, Run from your homeland, from the land which you were born on, so that you can assert yourself in a land that's not your own, so that you can finally feel good about yourself somewhere else. If you can't play the game here with the men who are born under the same social conditioning as you, you're not going to have that much luck anywhere else. The notions about our value have reached all four corners of the earth. The men that feel that we are nothing here, that we lack morals and attractiveness and standards, this notion is worldwide. Worldwide. And in particular, this notion is married to Black American women. Black African women don't see themselves as the same as Black American women. Black American women have a particular fight that other women don't subscribe to, that other Black women from other countries don't even see it as the same fight. Are you kidding me? And they tell you to run. Run, Forrest, run. Run outside your homeland and seek refuge in some simpleton somewhere that you're barely attracted to, who can't provide you anything, but you could say, I have somebody on my arm. Run. You have to stand still, Black American woman. You have to stand still and learn to conjure and learn to be intentful in everything that you do. You have to learn to stop taking the benefit of a doubt, because there is no benefit in any doubt. There never has been and there never will be. You have to stop wanting to be indoctrinated and evangelized by the next guru or liberator or whomever coming disguised as your savior. You have to decide what you are and stop waiting for people to tell you what you are. We're the lost sheep out here. You talk about the lost sheep. It's Black American women that have no identity, because we're subscribing to every philosophy that's out here. We subscribe to it and we believe it. Listen to me. This walk is your own. It's a lone walk. I know you want to do it in a sisterhood. I know you want to do it holding hands and locking arms with other women. But you, as what this society deems as unattractive, right? The bottom of the barrel, the last thing you pick when there's nothing else to pick, you have to be comfortable with walking this thing solo, with getting used to having your own thoughts and your own minds, getting away from trends and trending thought patterns of other people. You have to get comfortable listening to your own voice. Why? Because you are the most heavily indoctrinated of women, the Black woman, the Black American woman, heavily indoctrinated. You are told what to do, what to think, what liberation looks like, who to bend over for, who to strive to be, what to strive to be. All of this is dictated to us, where we don't have an identity outside of what's being fed to us. We don't know right or wrong outside of what is being fed to us. Why? Because we're charity cases. You don't know that? A person who's undesirable is a charity case. Let's uplift her. Let's make her feel good about herself by telling her what she is and what she should be and what she should strive for and what we think she's capable of. And we feed into it hook, line, and sinker from people who don't look like us, from people who don't have the same issues as we do, from people who really can't relate. And the amount of relating they can do is contingent upon how much the bag is, how much money they'll make. It's a game. You have to activate this dark goddess within you. That's going to solve a lot of your issues. That's going to solve a lot of the issues with people disrespecting you and emotionally manipulating you and taking your money and your virginity and dictating to you how your sexuality is supposed to be expressed. Once you activate that dark part of you that doesn't bargain or reason or look up to anybody or try to mimic anybody or try to compromise with anybody or be sold, just take this, just go for this and not that. Once you activate that part of you, your conversations with people are going to change. Your money is going to increase. People who are pretending to be better than you, who are pretending to be tough, are going to humble themselves because they're going to see, wait a minute now, her energy ain't going for my buffoonery. She doesn't deal in buffoonery like this. So I'm going to have to find somebody else to pick on. And this is not about being masculine, about being overly aggressive. And that's another thing we're tagged as being, is overly aggressive women, lacking femininity and a spirit of accommodation and all of that. And I think our problem is we're too much of that. We're too accommodating, but we're also frustrated within our accommodations. So we got this chip on our shoulder where we know we're being mistreated and disregarded. And at the same time, we're accommodating too. At the same time, we're frustrated and turning the other cheek too. So that makes us even more lunatics. We're even more crazy for doing that. More crazy. No, ma'am. No, my goddesses. No, my little doves. You have to put on the mask of a sovereign being. Now, you have to put on the mask of, I'm in it to win it. You have to put on the mask of, what I want is the most important thing to me in my life first. What I want and what I get is the foundation of every relationship that I'm going to have with anybody. I don't care who it is. What I need and want must be met first before I can give. That's dark goddess. I'm not giving unless I have a surplus. I don't give unless I'm in a surplus. And why do you have to play that position, black woman? Because everyone takes from you without giving back. Everyone takes, and they don't mind taking and taking until there's nothing left. They don't have a conscience about robbing you. Why? Because you're an undesirable. And undesirables have to be their own watchdog. Undesirable women have to guard themselves. Nobody's guarding you. Undesirable women have to give people a conscience and a barometer of right and wrong based on what you accept, because they're coming to you with no holds barred. They're coming to you, no filter, no, oh, that's not right. They're not coming to you like that if you're undesirable. All bets are off if you're an undesirable woman. All bets are off. There's no fire and brimstone for abusing someone who's built for abuse. And that's what they're saying when they call us strong, masculine, resilient, warriors, and all of that stuff. We're built for the abuse. And I say you got to change that narrative. You have to change the narrative to, I'm built to get what I want. I'm built for the best that this life has to offer me. I'm built for good health, for good relationships, for profitable relationships, for experiences that fulfill me emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I'm built for those things. I'm built to be my best self and require the best of other people. That's what I'm built for. Not for abuse. Not for abuse. We got to get rid of all of that. We have to get rid of the associations with low-level women. Black women, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. We have to disconnect being associated with certain types of women who can, will, and welcome abuse. No longer are you parroting narratives of pity, self-doubt, of expectations of lack. No more of that. Because those things don't serve you. Dark Goddess doesn't deal in lack and self-pity and people looking down on her as some sort of, it doesn't matter if they look down on me as long as we are relating to each other. I'd rather have something than be lonely. Dark Goddesses don't deal in that. We don't deal in that. We're about self-preservation. We're about self-preservation. Period. Think about that today. As you go about your day, as you talk to colleagues and family members and lovers about things that you want and need and require, I want you to think about expectations and the expectations that you have in your life. I want you to think about that when you're eating your food, when you're going to the gym, when you're taking a shower, when you're fixing your hair, when you're reading a book, when you're laying out in the sun. I want you to think about what you want your life to mean at the end of this road. What is it going to mean? What is it going to amount to? What legacy are you creating for yourself and the daughters that you have or will have? Because everything that you do will affect you later. Everything you say yes to now is preparing a path for you later on in life. So we take everything seriously. The Dark Goddess takes everything seriously. We don't have time for turn the other cheek, because I understand that this interaction here is going to cause some event to happen to me next week, next month, or next year. That's the law. That's the law. All right, ladies, this is the end of this podcast. Please go to all the websites, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, get your love potion. That is the first tool of the UGC Club, and it's a conjuring tool. It's teaching you the fundamentals of intent, of focus and concentration, and getting you comfortable with stating what it is that you want. We have to get comfortable with stating what we want. So get your love potion, subscribe to the website, plug into the Facebook group, and I will talk to you later. Peace.